It's January 10th, 2015, and this is your Fortean Slip news. Whee!
Our first story today, Chris, from Deadline.com, and this is a really good thing, I think, but Discovery Channel is doing away with the fake documentary stuff. So the article says, TV critics fell deeply, madly in love with new Discovery Channel chief Rich Ross this morning at a winter TV press tour when he said he wouldn't continue to do the network's trend of telecasting fake stuff. It's not whether I'm a fan of it, Ross said. With critics left aside, I don't think it's right for Discovery Channel, and I think it's something that has run its course.
It's called the pull your head out of your ass move.
It's called the cover your tracks move, or cover your ass move. They've done very well, but I don't think it's something that's right for us, he said. Critics came ready to do battle with the new programming chief over some of the programs they most love to hate on the brand they once adored. That includes its two fake mermaid documentaries and two suggesting that Megalodon still roams the ocean. The second of which, Megalodon, The New Evidence, became the highest rated episode of the network's most recent Shark Week, with 4.8 million viewers. So excited did the critics become with his news, they started asking Ross if he'd kill Finding Bigfoot, and maybe some of the freak shows like My Crazy Obsession on other Discovery communication networks. Ross is not tasked with overseeing.
I'll find that shark for you, Steve.
Once he'd explained patiently to them that he just had to worry about what he does, they settled down and got back to Discovery Channel shows. Do you have plans to repair relationships with scientists and educators who felt those shows betrayed a mission and gave false information, one critic asked. Ross explained patiently he'd made a very strong statement this morning as to the direction in which he's taking Discovery Channel, naming HBO veteran John Hoffman as Executive Vice President of Documentaries and Specials. This was just not just a signal, it was a message that it is very important to us and to me that when people are telling stories, they are delivering information that is true and can be entertaining as well as mandatory. Discovery is more narrowly niched than it needs to be, Ross said, and that he intends to return Discovery Channel to the #1 brand for the whole family and not just for the men of the family. Wait a second, are they saying only men like the fake documentary shit?
I don't know what they're saying, but I do know that this is a good fucking thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Apparently, a lot of this came after that Eaten Alive special where the guy was supposedly be eaten by a snake. He said that Eaten Alive was the right intention with a packaging that was deeply misleading. Ross said that the star would be a snack. I don't know. My eyes just messed up and I can't read the rest of the story, so we're going to move on. I think I'm dyslexic, to be honest with you. In our next story, we'll just do away with the Discovery shit. But it is a good thing. I agree with you, Chris. We did the Russian Yeti stuff, and that was on Discovery, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I do believe it was on Discovery,
Yeah.
but those pseudo documentaries, and I've said for quite a while now, are, and we did a whole show on it, on that
Right.
that being what I considered to be the downfall of Discovery.
Right. Well, maybe they listened to that show, Chris, and now they're changing their mind. It's us.
I doubt.
We did it.
I doubt that, but
Yeah, I don't. We're superstars in the world of fake documentaries. I have no idea what that means. From Examiner.com, the total number of UFO sightings are up, officially that is, and that's not just a little either. It would appear that the number of UFO sightings in 2014 surpassed the number spotted in 2013 by over 1,000. Open Minds TV reported January 6th that after crunching the numbers of all the official reports of unidentified flying objects made to the Mutual UFO Network, or MUFON for short, the total number of documented UFO sightings around the world totaled 8,680. That's 1,034 more than was reported in 2013. And in the United States, where most sightings reported to MUFON take place, the number rose by nearly 500,000. So, which states had most sightings? Alejandro
The ones
Rojas,
with the most drugs.
who did all the number crunching, broke his data down into two basic categories for American sightings: total sightings by state and per capita sightings by state.
The
And the
ones the
former,
ones with the most hallucinogen use.
well, actually, the states with the largest populations were also the states with the most reported UFO sightings. In fact, 5 of the 6 most populous states made the top 5: California, Texas, Florida, New York, and, hey, my home state of Pennsylvania. And that is in order, by the way. But when one breaks down the numbers on a per capita basis, Oregon rises to the top, posting a 4.41 percentage regarding the number of sightings per 1,000 in population. One state holds down last in both total sightings and per capita sightings: North Dakota. The Upper Dakota logged only 7 sightings in all of 2014, giving it a per capita percentage of 0.95. That just shows to show you, aliens don't like North Dakota.
They don't like the Midwest?
Not at all. Well, just that portion of the Midwest.
Oh, okay.
I'm struggling with the news this morning. Have you been able to tell, Chris? I don't know.
I'm just letting you flounder. It's fun.
From usatoday.com, and I think we're going to have Y2K all over again, Chris. The year 2015 will have an extra second, which could wreak havoc on the infrastructure powering the internet. At 11:59
Oh, that's okay.
p.m.
John Teeter is going to come back in time to get a gateway to fix it.
Yeah, at 11:59 on June 30th, clocks will count up all the way to 60 seconds. This will allow the Earth's spin to catch up with the atomic time. The Earth's spin is gradually slowing down by about 0.02 of a second per day, but atomic clocks are constant. That means that occasionally years have to be lengthened slightly to allow the slowing Earth to catch up with a constant clock. But the last time it happened, in 2012, it took down much of the internet. Reddit, Foursquare, Yelp, and LinkedIn all reported problems. And so did the Linux operating system and programs using Java. The reset, has happened 25 times since they were introduced in 1972. But the computer problems are getting more serious as increasing numbers of computers sync up with atomic clocks. Those computers and servers are then shown the same second twice in a row, throwing them into a panic. If a computer is told to do an operation at the time
does the computer have a fucking anxiety attack? Does it need a fucking Paxil or something?
If a computer is told to do an operation at the time that is repeated, for instance, the computer is unsure of what to do.
My computer's depressed. It saw 11 o'clock twice.
That's depressing to a computer. If an email is received in that moment, it could find its way into the wrong bit of the server. Last time, Google anticipated the problem and built a smart update, which it called Leap Smear. It modified its server so that they would add a little bit of extra time every time they were updated, so that by the time of the leap second, they were already caught up with the new time. It said when it laid out the plan in 2011 that it would use the same technique in the future when the new leap seconds are announced. Leap seconds were initially added at least once a year, but have slowed since 1979. The U.S. wants to get rid of them entirely, arguing that they cause too much disruption. But others have opposed the change. Britain, for example, has said the leap second could stay. Getting rid of it would mean the end of Greenwich Mean Time, used in some European and African countries, which is measured by the sun, and would no longer be accurate. I think I made it through that one pretty good, Chris.
You're doing all right, son. You'll be okay.
I am now.
We're almost to the end of the. We're almost to the end of the journey, Steve.
Once the coffee kicked in, well, now I got to read this story, and I'll probably from Vice.com. Thanks for sending me this one, Chris. By the way,
you're very welcome.
Yes, this is my favorite story of the evening, or the morning, I should say, because it is morning here. On December 24th, a group of French scientists published what is probably the first medical journal on squirting. They gave pelvic ultrasound scans to 7 women who previously reported emitting about a cupful
Research
of liquid.
I can get behind, Steve.
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure you can. By administering the scans after women peed and then twice during sexual stimulation, they were able to conclude exactly where the liquid was coming from and what it consisted of. It was pee. Although there have been plenty of studies done on female ejaculation, this is the first one, as far as I can tell, to specifically explore women who expel great gushing quantities of fluid when sex is happening. Sorry. It's just the line, great gushing quantities of fluid, that got me. I was doing good until that point. Since at least the 80s, there's been a lot of debate around whether or not women ejaculate at all, or if any instant of it is just an adult version of bedwetting. It should be noted that there are papers that say, yes, there is something that comes out of the vagina during sex that is definitely not urine.
It's called cum.
It's supposedly liquid from the quote-unquote female prostate. But in this specific study, the first to focus on women who soak the sheets, so to say, the answer is no. The present data based on ultrasonographic bladder monitoring and biochemical analysis indicate that squirting is essentially the involuntary emission of urine during sexual activity, although a marginal contribution of prostatic secretions to the emitted fluid often exists. For a debate that can essentially and crudely be boiled down to, and this is their words, not mine, cum or piss. It's surprisingly it's in the article, fraught with important implications. Some feminists say that reducing the physical manifestations of their orgasms to urine diminishes the importance of female pleasure during sex. Other feminists say the opposite, claiming it's more than urine perpetuates a male fantasy.
I myself, Steve, have seen such things, and
I heard.
Yeah,
been told.
I used to have a female friend. We'll say, we won't say who.
Friend, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who could shoot across the room. We could be in the bedroom, and if the door was open, she could hit the hallway.
How far away was that hallway?
Oh God, I don't know. It was a pretty small apartment, so it wasn't like it was, forever away, but
Yeah,
it was a good distance. I'd say it was a good 15 feet from the bed. Yeah.
I haven't experienced that myself. Damn.
Yeah. It was pretty fucking crazy. So I guess you could say that I basically just told you all that I've had a golden shower.
Yeah. Pretty much, because you told me not to talk over the music anymore, so I'm not going to do that.